Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So last week I was in Newcastle, went down and seen my mum, seen my boys, my grandkids. It was great. Had a really nice time with them down there. But yeah, look, I was just sort of thinking when I got back, it's like, you just can't wait to get home. And I think it is good sometimes to go back to those old places and just reflect on, how you feel about the place. It kind of gives you a little bit of I don't know what the word is, insight. It gives you that feeling that you've made the right decision, because I think sometimes when you go back, things are just not the same, and you realize that, like now I realize my home is here. I love it. I couldn't think of being anywhere else than here in North Queensland, Far North Queensland I should say, but yeah, in the northern beaches in Cairns. It's awesome. And so I went back. I had some really nice times going down to Merewether Beach, and I think that is one of the nice, depending on what you're into, it is one of the probably best areas in New South Wales, I think, because like South Coast is beautiful as well, but it is colder down there, and as you know from me living in Cairns, I obviously don't like the cold. So north is where it's at. But like if you're a surfer, obviously you can't get much better than that. I went to Merewether, had a coffee, did a couple of walks. The walk is amazing. Actually lived in Newcastle for all that time, like 12 years I think it was, and never did I walk up that Anzac walk, and you'll see in some of my pictures and videos, photos from up there. So yeah, crazy, I know, we all do it. You live somewhere and you kind of take it for granted and you don't go and do these things. So the view was spectacular, the beaches were beautiful, and you see that beautiful like coastline, and it's just like with the rocks and the high kind of cliffs almost where the water meets the land, and it's just an amazing landscape there, and amazing sunrises. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get a real good one because the day I went, it was a little bit overcast, but was still really beautiful. So yeah, so that was great. And if I won the lotto, I don't know, maybe I'd go back, but then I don't think I could find anywhere better than here, to be honest. But it'd be so nice to be able to afford one of those beautiful houses that are along the beach there. They have these gorgeous houses, and they've got like enclosed like sunroom balcony basically. And I could just imagine just sitting there in one of those little glass rooms and just watching that water come up, those waves come up all day, every day. I absolutely love that. That is my dream, to sit and be just watching the surf. I love it. I don't think there's anything better than being able to sit, watch a sunrise or a sunset, and look at the water, hear the water, feel the water. It's beautiful. That's my dream. But yeah, obviously I'm not on the beach here in Trinity Beach either, in the beaches, but you know, it's really quick. It's really close to walk to. So yeah, so that was one of the nice things that I did while I was down there. I stayed near Beaumont Street in Hamilton, which, if any of you know Newcastle, you would definitely know Beaumont Street. And I can't believe, like, it is actually an area that we, once upon a time, we were looking to try and buy in there. But it was just too expensive. It was kind of where everyone wanted to be. But honestly, it's terrible now, and I'm just so glad we didn't end up there. Mind you, we sold anyway, but still, and left. But still, yeah, they've got security outside the banks. It's that bad. And the street is just so dirty, and a lot of sort of homeless hanging around, and people affected by drugs. And yeah, while I was there, I needed to do some washing, so I needed some change. So I thought, I'll just go down to the bank, get some cash out, because I never have cash. So went down to get some cash, and I was walking down, and then I thought, oh, that's right, it's a public holiday today, it's a Monday. So the security guards won't be there. And so I thought, I'll just suss it out. If it looks all right, you know, if everything looks okay, I'll still get the money out. If it looks a bit dodged, then I'll just wait. Anyway, got down there. There was a guy on sort of the curb near where the cars parked, just standing there. And I thought, he didn't look like he was a full-blown drug addict or anything, but he did look a bit dusty, like he'd had a big night maybe. And I just thought, oh, maybe he's hanging around here. He's from last night. He's on his way home. And there was another guy using the ATM, and he looked all fine. So I thought, okay. So I went and used the ATM next to him. He finished and left and got in his car, and I could see in the reflection from the ATM that guy on the curb started walking towards me. And I thought, okay, this guy's going to rob me now. So I quickly shoved some of the cash I got in my bra, as you do, and just threw $120 in my pocket. Anyway, I turned around, and he's sort of right there, and he said to me, oh, have you got any spare change? And I said no, and I kind of just pretty much hightailed it out of there. But yeah, I don't know whether my turning spooked him, but I feel like he must have chickened out, because 100% he was coming. And yeah, so it's so dodgy down there. You know, they're doing a lot of building in Newcastle, with lots and lots, like the amount of units going up is nuts. Which is good for the city. I'm wondering if they're going to end up with a bit of an oversupply issue, to be honest, especially now that all this stuff's happened with the budget. I think people are really scared to buy. But anyway, who knows? I'm not a market expert. But even the city in Newcastle, it's really gone downhill. So I am really feeling happy that we are where we are, and that this is my home up here now in Far North Queensland. I've never felt unsafe in Cairns. Not that I'm out late at night or anything, but even during the day, it's pretty good. Yeah, never ever felt unsafe. But in Hamilton, especially, I did not feel safe, even during the day, obviously. So yeah, so there's that. But yeah, it's always really hard, as I said, to leave somewhere, and I've got that pull of my sons and my grandkids, which really make it difficult, because there is that element of you want to be near them, see them more often, and we have been, I'm constantly watching the market, and I constantly question myself all the time about, should we move back? Should we buy something in case we want to move back? Should we, just constant. And I kind of thought that for a while, but I think this time it really did cement it for me that I'm done. I'm done with Newcastle. It is a lovely place for a lot of people, and there are lovely areas, so just those couple of 2 areas that I've mentioned, in town and Hamilton, they're just a couple of areas, and you get good and bad everywhere. But I think going back has really helped me make that decision. I have just such a great life up here. It's quiet. Where we live is pretty quiet. I mean, unfortunately, all the bars and everything tend to be closed by 8 a.m. 8 p.m. Sorry, not a.m. 8 p.m. Everything kind of dies. But hey, I'm retired almost. I'm hoping to be very soon. Do we need that? If we want more nightlife, we can head on the 50-cent bus, which a lot of the time is free anyway. They don't charge you. Into town, we go to Bar 36. They always have really good music, a nice band to watch. It's all free. And you walk straight out the door, and the taxis or Ubers are pulling up there constantly. It's about a $60, $70 ride a lot of the time in a taxi, but we don't do it often. I just think, if we want to go out and have a big night, that's easy. There's always Ellis Beach as well, and they have a courtesy bus that'll come pick you up. So that's really good, and they get top bands as well, because we like our music. We do like to go out and have a good time. So yes, I've got lots of interesting good things, I think, coming up. As I've mentioned before, we've got our Peru trip in September. Got a quick little cruise up to Moreton Bay in October, and next year I'm planning on my retirement. So hubby will probably do another year or 2, or maybe more, but I'm done, and I'm just trying to get through another year, and then we're seriously starting to look into what we're going to do, where we're going to go. Thinking maybe the US for a tour that we've been really wanting to do for a few years, and maybe a little bit of a stay in Mexico for maybe a couple of weeks to start with. Maybe then off to Europe for a little bit, and Thailand, Bali. I'm tossing up about Thailand versus Bali. I'd like to go to Thailand because I think it's more, they got Bali's a little island. Things are harder to get, some things that you really want, or your creature comforts. And Thailand, I think we could get a condo a little bit cheaper. So there's that too, but Bali's just so much closer to home for us to come and go back and forward. So a lot of planning and thinking and trying to work out what we're going to do going on at the moment. And yeah, so if you haven't subscribed and you are interested in retirement journeys, travel, please give me a follow, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.